What if your best year yet doesn't come from a new app, a fancy planner, or a self-help guru? What if the blueprint for your most resilient, grounded, and purposeful life in 2025 has been standing in silence for 5 centuries? Imagine tapping into wisdom from living beings that have survived wars, plagues, climate shifts, and centuries of human chaos, and still stand strong today. I'm talking about 500-year-old trees, ancient giants, nature's quiet philosophers. In this video, we're going to unlock their secrets, lessons on resilience, patience, growth, and balance that you can use right now to navigate a noisy, distracted, and unpredictable world. And I promise, by the end of this video, you won't just look at trees differently. You'll look at your own life differently. So, let's step into the forest. Picture this. You're standing in a forest in Northern California. Before you, a giant redwood towers 350 feet into the air. Its trunk is wider than your living room. You place your hand on the bark, and you realize this tree has been alive since before Shakespeare wrote his first play. It's been struck by lightning. It's endured droughts and floods. It's watched civilizations rise and fall. And yet, here it stands, quietly doing what it's always done. Grow. No rush, no panic, no Instagram feed to compare itself to. Just a steady, patient, unshakable presence. And here's the wild part. This tree's story isn't rare. There are yew trees in Wales over 4,000 years old, olive trees in Greece that were already ancient when Rome was still young. These trees aren't just old, they're wise, and their wisdom isn't locked away in some mystical code. It's right there in the way they live. Lesson 1. Grow slow, but grow deep. In 2025, everything tells you to move fast, build faster, earn faster, get results yesterday. But here's the first lesson from a 500-year-old tree. Growth without depth is weakness. Trees don't rush upward without first sending their roots deep into the earth. A redwood spends years focusing almost entirely on root growth before it even bothers reaching for the sky. Why? Because a tall tree with shallow roots will fall in the first storm. Now think about our lives. We want the promotion, the perfect body, the thriving business, fast. But if we skip the rooting phase, building skills, relationships, emotional stability, we risk collapsing when life throws us a storm. According to research from the University of Minnesota, oak trees that develop deeper roots early are significantly more resistant to wind damage and drought. Same goes for humans. People with a strong inner foundation, values, habits, resilience, weather crises better than those chasing surface winds. So ask yourself, this year, are you chasing height or are you building depth? Lesson 2. Bend, don't break. One of the most fascinating things about ancient trees is their flexibility. In strong winds, their branches sway, their trunks shift, and they move with the pressure. That flexibility is exactly what keeps them from snapping. In life, we face the same winds: job loss, health scares, relationship struggles. And yet, many of us try to stand rigid, refusing to adapt. The result? We break. Think about bamboo. It can survive typhoons because it bends almost flat to the ground and springs back. Ancient oaks survive because they allow movement, not resistance. Example: during the 2008 recession, businesses that pivoted, shifting to online sales, diversifying products, not only survived, but thrived after the crisis. The rigid ones closed their doors forever. In 2025, flexibility might mean learning a new skill because AI is changing your industry. It might mean adjusting your routines when life interrupts. The lesson? Survival isn't about strength alone, it's about adaptability. Lesson 3. Shed what you don't need. Every autumn, trees let go of their leaves, not because they want to, those leaves cost energy to grow, but because holding on would kill them in winter. In life, we're guilty of the opposite. We cling to relationships, habits, and possessions long after they've stopped serving us, and it drains us. Ancient trees remind us, letting go isn't loss. It has preparation for the next season. Example. A study from Yale found that people who declutter their homes and simplify their schedules experience measurable decreases in cortisol levels, the stress hormone. Just like a tree, shedding the unnecessary frees up resources for healthy growth. So, what's your dead leaf? That project you hate but keep saying yes to? That friendship that's more draining than supportive? The app that eats your time and attention? Drop it. You'll survive the winter better. Lesson 4. Find strength in connection. If you think a giant tree stands alone, think again. Beneath the soil, trees are connected by a vast underground network of fungi, the Wood Wide Web. Through this network, they share nutrients, warn each other about pests, even send water to struggling neighbors. Reference: Dr. Suzanne Simard's groundbreaking research at the University of British Columbia proved that older mother trees actively support younger trees, keeping entire forests alive. In human life, this is your community, your network of friends, mentors, colleagues, even online groups. Going it alone might feel strong, but in reality, isolation weakens you. In 2025, connection is harder than ever. We hide behind screens, we scroll instead of talking. But just like trees, our survival and growth depends on maintaining and nourishing these hidden networks. Lesson 5. Stand through the storms. 500-year-old trees didn't survive because they never faced hardship. They survived because they did. They were struck by lightning, battered by storms, gnawed at by animals. But every scar on their bark is proof of survival, not weakness. Example: the General Sherman tree in California, the largest tree on Earth by volume, has visible burn marks from wildfires, yet it continues to grow, towering over the forest. When life burns you, you have a choice: collapse or let the scar become part of your story. Resilient people see storms as chapters, not conclusions. Lesson 6. Patience isn't passive. Trees teach a kind of patience we've forgotten. They know growth takes time, but they don't just sit idle. They're constantly photosynthesizing, expanding roots, strengthening their structure. Patience isn't about waiting and doing nothing. It's about active readiness. Reference: a Harvard Business Review study found that leaders who balance patience with strategic action make better long-term decisions and have higher success rates. In our lives, patience might mean saving before investing, learning before launching, healing before rushing into the next relationship. Modern parallels and 2025 relevance. Here's where it all clicks for this year. Tech burnout. Trees don't check 37 notifications an hour. They're proof that you can thrive without constant stimulation. In 2025, digital minimalism isn't a luxury, it's survival. Financial resilience, deep roots, emergency funds, multiple income streams living below your means. Mental health, flexibility, and seasonal rest prevent breakdowns. Just as a tree has dormant seasons, you need downtime without guilt. The human challenge. The hardest part? We already know these lessons, but we don't live them. Why? Because modern life rewards the opposite. Speed over depth, noise over silence, appearance over substance. That's why listening to ancient trees isn't just poetic. It's radical. It's rebellion against the pace that's burning us out. So here's my challenge to you. This week, find a tree. It could be in your backyard, your street, or a forest an hour away. Stand in front of it, put your phone away, watch, listen. Ask yourself, how can I root deeper? How can I bend without breaking? What do I need to shed? Who's in my network of support? And if this video sparked something in you, if you were ready to grow in a way that lasts, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who's been weathering storms. Because the more of us who live with tree wisdom, the stronger our entire forest becomes.